Welcome to Flick Favorites. I'm going to explain an American action, horror, thriller film from 2020 titled The Hunt. In my opinion, this movie has surprising twists. Spoilers ahead. Enjoy the content. A stewardess approaches a guy and inquires about his interest in food. She mentions that they have caviar, but he declines and continues to enumerate foods that can only be prepared in a kitchen. When she returns to begin pouring it after going to get it, a man abruptly stumbles inside, startling her and the others. An older man leaps up and attempts to calm the stumbling man by telling him he is a doctor, while the champagne man says that one of them is awake. To everyone's shock, he makes him lay down on the towels and stabs him. Since the guy is still alive, he starts throwing bottles until Athena enters and stabs him with her shoe. But she adds that there is no emotion in battle as she wipes her shoe. The previous older man carries the stumbling man into a different section of the aircraft. Despite being still alive, he calls for assistance, but sadly the blonde lady he calls is unconscious. The same lady later awakens outside with a gag in her mouth that she is unable to remove. Standing up, she notices a second lady crossing a river wearing a gag, making a makeshift compass. She gives her a brief nod of recognition before vanishing just as a man passes by behind the first lady. He leads her to a field that has a huge crate in the center of it. A few more individuals can be seen walking toward the box. The man proceeds to open it despite one of them warning him that it's a trap. Others stay hidden. A pig escapes from the crate when he opens it, and he then peers inside and takes out a rack of weapons. Everyone in the field, including the previous blonde, moves toward the container. She unlocks the restraints and frees one of the trapped individuals. Nobody is aware of what is occurring. They all hide when someone begins shooting at them out of nowhere. One of the players on the field attempts to fire at the previous shooting location but is also killed. One of the men sees a woman running out and falling in a ditch. He rushes to help her but finds her impaled but still alive. As they flee after he helps her up, he unexpectedly steps on a landmine. They blow up. Another individual is able to flee the shooting. He arrives at a barrier. He almost shoots the person who comes up, but it turns out that guy was the one who opened the crate. Two more people advance on them. Except for the crate guy, they all scale the fence. He chooses to confront his attackers after being speared and is killed moments later. The other three manage to get away and reach a gas stop. The pair who own the business believes the visitors are robbers. The man in the blue blouse claims that he only wants to know his location and does not want their money. He is informed that Arkansas is where he is. When he asks for a phone to contact the police, they respond that they will track the call and arrive shortly. The lady eats into a cookie and chokes on it right away, as if it were poisoned. The pair suddenly dons gas masks and launches a smoke grenade at them. The man shoots the blue shirt before he can shoot them. They use the grenade to attack the other person before killing him as well. She opens the gas station's ventilation. They clean it up later and try to get rid of the bodies. They identify the hunted they were able to kill for the lady on the other end, and she alerts them to the fact that another hunted is heading in their direction. She approaches the petrol station as they prepare it and enters to find them prepared and smiling at her. When she asks for a box of cigarettes and receives some cash for an emergency, Crystal then asks as to her location. As she receives her change, the woman responds to her, but Crystal sees something's off and attacks them. Before killing the wife, she takes the shotgun from under the bar and kills the husband first. After searching the gas station for the bodies, Crystal grabs some rubber bands and ammunition. She exits the station after putting her jacket down. She proceeds to investigate the truck that is in front of her. She first notices that the plates are false and that underneath are Croatian ones. Then she discovers a trip wire linking the bomb and the entrance. She grabs the radio and listens to the others talking while hiding in the bushes. They can't locate the couple from the station, so they're searching for her. Someone fires down the drone that was sent to inspect the station. As the person who shot the drone arrives and continues to smash it, Crystal stops him and informs him that the drone is rigged before he can get to the truck. She then starts walking towards some train tracks she had previously seen, telling him that by shooting the drone, he effectively informed them that they were at the gas station. He had apparently heard about a gang of liberal elites who kidnap people and take them to a manor so they can be hunted down. Crystal doesn't really agree with his idea. She instructs the man to run so they can catch up to the approaching train after she hears it. When they board the train, they discover a gang of immigrants hiding inside. They are not real, the man claims, they are crisis actors. They don't speak English either. Once more, Crystal is not convinced by his ideas. The military police halt the train abruptly and begin searching the compartments. The immigrants, along with Crystal and the guy, give up. The man decides to tell one of the officers that he and the other person are Americans and that the refugees are simply crisis actors as the police are frisking them. When one of the immigrants talks to the man in fluent English with an American accent, the officers, who don't speak English, move aside. The man freaks out when he claims they don't trust him. He is the only actor, the immigrant says, so he must settle down. While everyone else runs for cover, the guy tackles him and stuffs a grenade in his pants. The man loses it. After that, Crystal is being driven to a refugee center in a truck. She is brought before a detective there, who requests her identification. When they don't respond to her question about where she is, she starts thinking and eventually finds that she is in Croatia. To contact the American consulate, she requests. But instead, they invite Don, another victim of the search, to the party. Don continues to discuss the same ideas with her as he did with the other guy as the two of them head to the camp kitchen for food. Unexpectedly, an agent from the American embassy arrives to pick them up. They are later seen following him on a ride through the forest. Don has told him everything about their situation, and the official is shocked. He says he'll get in touch with the military and the State Department to track down the individuals who hunted them. When Crystal notices the man is acting strangely, she strikes him out and forces him out of the vehicle. She then kills him. In his jacket, she discovers a gun. Don freaks out that she killed the official as she searches through the trunk. He finds the other man she was with earlier deceased. Don claims that he believes they are the only two remaining after she discovers a map. She refuses Don's request to depart in the car. She plans to use the chart to track down the individuals stalking her and take revenge. The group of individuals hunting them is chatting about what is and isn't politically correct inside the bunker. They have an advisor who is a soldier among them. He begs them to be silent, but all they do is tease him. Over the radio, Athena's voice can be heard ordering them to stop talking. One of them walks outside to relieve himself, but Don distracts him with the pig, and Crystal kills him when he reaches a tree. The party hears noise coming from outside their bunker. They barely comply with the soldiers' instructions as to what to do. They all react in fear by shooting the pig when Don lowers it inside. When suddenly Crystal kills one of the men and opens fire on the others, the woman is furious that they killed the pig. She struggles with another man for a rifle. She fires him after finding another cartridge in the chamber. She believes she has them all in hand when the soldier suddenly tackles her and they start to battle. He is not killed when Crystal takes a pipe out of the ceiling and lashes him with it. When Don arrives, Crystal grabs a gun and prepares to kill the woman. Crystal instructs him to question the woman why they were torturing them after he discovers a gun. Don intervenes to stop Crystal from killing the woman after she makes a stupid response, arguing that she should be spared because she is a woman. When the lady replies that she shouldn't receive mercy just because she is a woman, Crystal shoots her. When Don begins to panic, Athena's voice over the radio asks if he has Crystal, to which she points her gun at him. To which he replies that he's not one of them. Don begs her not to believe the lady on the radio as she orders Don to kill Crystal, but she still shoots him. Don is dead, Crystal informs Athena, and Athena tells her to come get her. Before she questions the soldier where Athena is, Crystal sits down next to him and strikes up a friendly conversation. He informs her where she is hiding after she promises not to give up and presses his wound. He informs her of the details but warns her that she spent months getting ready for the search. Crystal also ends his life. We go back in time to Athena's workplace from a year ago, where two employees are waiting for her. They discuss the text message she sent regarding the search. They inform her that while she claims it was only a jest, some people actually think it is true. Athena chuckles. He insists, however, that she resign from her post because it could result in a PR nightmare. She requests a record of the individuals who have spread the myth that she hunts people. Another flashback takes place 8 months before the search, when the group is selecting the hunters. They find it challenging to decide, but Athena instructs them to go on. Suddenly, the slide shows a picture of Crystal, as the man presenting the slides reads her opinions about Athena. She becomes her ultimate foe after she becomes enraged. Crystal is currently moving toward a house. On the intercom, Athena warns her that she will turn on the C4 under the gate if she doesn't leave her pistol there. Crystal then enters while still holding the pistol. As Crystal cautiously enters the home and sees the photos of herself and the others on Athena's wall, Beethoven can be heard playing in the distance. In the kitchen, Athena is preparing food as she waits for her. She questions whether she murdered Don, but she remains mum as to whether he was one of them. While Athena appears to be unsure of Crystal's identity, Crystal doesn't appear to be aware of hers. When she explains why she started the search, Crystal teases her for doing so for the wrong reasons, bringing the discussion full circle and confirming the conspiracy theory. Additionally, she has the incorrect Crystal. Another Crystal with the same last name as her was the person who published the horrible conspiracy theories about Athena online. When everything is disclosed, Crystal seizes a knife and pursues Athena. They engage in fierce combat and are equivalent in power and endurance. Athena is bombarded by Crystal with everything she can locate, including an expensive bottle of champagne, which Athena manages to save from shattering. Athena grabs a shotgun and chases the woman up the steps after she kicks her over the fireplace. Crystal pushes her down the steps and jumps down as they struggle for the gun. Next, Athena grabs a dagger and stabs Crystal. After a brief exchange of blows outside, they return to the kitchen where Crystal stabs Athena with a vegetable cutter. As Athena tries to kick Crystal away, Crystal draws her in and stabs her with the other side of the cutter. Crystal lives while Athena dies. She gets up, eats the toast and closes her wound with a blowtorch. She cleans herself up and puts on one of Athena's dresses as well as her shoes. She takes the expensive champagne before leaving. When she steps outside, she spots Athena's private plane. When she enters the aircraft, she tells the stewardess and the captain that she murdered their supervisors and demands that they take her home while pointing a gun at them. She is welcome to eat and drink with Crystal. That's how the movie ends. I really like the movie, it's extremely well filmed. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Your support would be appreciated. I hope to see you next time.